If you're a beginning singing student, I have a special free offer for you today that's going to transform your training and help you improve your singing voice even faster. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Joe Knob of Vocal Nebula, and as a beginning singer, you're facing the same problems and challenges that I faced a number of years ago. And there's one problem that I had that I only solved recently, but I'm going to help you solve that sooner. And that problem was having the right vocal scales on mp3 piano scales to use during my in-home training. So let me explain. When I began taking private lessons, I learned right away that the voice improves because of what you do at home between lessons. If you're taking lessons at all, because I don't take lessons now, I train all the time, I improve every single day, and it's because of these workouts I do. Well, it's very, very hard to find appropriate scales. So for example, a private coach might tell you to bring in a handheld recorder and record the lesson, but the lesson isn't a workout. You know, there's great instruction, there's evaluation, there's talking and interruptions, but it's not a workout. So if it wasn't a workout when it was live, it's not a workout when you play it back, okay? I bought some scale collections on CDs, but they really also came with a lot of instruction and talking and interruptions. It wasn't instruction that I really needed, and the scales weren't quite suitable for what I wanted to do, okay? And then I bought a couple of online courses, and they came with scales, except they also had a lot of talking and a lot of interruption. And then another big problem is that they had one set for men and one for women. So the scales for men would start at the lowest bass note, and they go all the way up to the highest countertenor note in the same mp3 file. So you might be able to participate during half of the file, but most of the time you're just sitting out and you're wasting your time, and it's not efficient. So what I ended up having to do is I just created my own piano scales, and I began building a collection, first everything in a major key, then I added the minor keys, and now I'm up to 15 scales that are suited for me. But then I also, as my range is beginning to grow in both directions, I began replicating that collection into more appropriate ranges to train my lower voice, more appropriate ranges to train my higher voice. And the scales are different too, because what you'll learn as you learn more about training and developing your voice is that certain melodies are better for certain exercises. If you want to develop, for example, strength, you can do a crescendo decrescendo exercise, which is great on a unison scale. It's just the same note playing over and over for that one exhale. Then it transposes up a step and you do it again. I do a lot of exercise where I'm trying to flatten out those bridges, also called passagios, that connect, chest voice with head voice, or head voice with the super head voice register. And I have scales that have a melody that goes in circles and just goes up and down, and it just road grades those passages right in the area where I need it. I don't need that way down in the lower bass range. I don't need it way up in countertenor range. I use different scales to develop those ranges. So I have different melodies, they play at different speeds, they cover different ranges. So what I wanted to do was make these scales available to others. So I took some time and I replicated the scales, and I've made them the same 15 scales, but in 7 different collections for 7 voice types, bass, baritone, tenor, on up to the female soprano range, okay? And each collection covers a 2-octave range, which is about the standard range for any given voice type. But what you can do is download more than one collection, so as you're building more than 2 octaves, you can use the scales from other collections, rather than just having one scale with a gigantic range that you won't need all the time, okay? So that's what I've made for you. What you can do here, if you want to actually hear the melodies here at YouTube, just little samples of each scale, you can click on the video below. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe by clicking this button here, and then of course you can just go download the scales. You can hear samples at that download page as well too. So if you're new to Vocal Nebula, I'm in the process of creating all kinds of new content. Tips, warm-ups, exercises, free mini courses, a couple of paid courses. You're more than welcome to hang out, stop by, and say hello at the website too, okay? Remember to like or share these scales if you like them enough, and leave any comments or questions you can below. So have a great day. Good luck in your training. I hope to hear from you soon.